All right, kiddos, I hope you were listening during our stories of Archimedes. Today we're not going to do a beginning, middle, and end story because I didn't really tell you a story that has a distinct beginning, middle, and end, okay? We could do the story of him finding the crown in that way, but today instead I think we'll make a crown of some of his crowning achievements, some of the wonderful things that Archimedes came up with or discovered. So I'm going to take my paper and turn it landscape. To draw my crown, I'm going to go across the bottom. And then I'm going to make it like spikes coming out, okay? So I'm going to go diagonal and then up, down, up, down. Okay, so I have 5 spikes, which means I can have 5 things that Archimedes did as my jewels on this crown. Okay, I'm also going to write his name along the bottom, and I'm going to do cursive, but I will show the kinders print if they want to do print. So there's Archimedes in cursive. Okay, Archimedes. And here it is in print. Okay, now I want to think about 5 of the cool things that he discovered. And I really love that screw that they can use to get water. So I'm going to draw it like this. I'm going to put this one in the middle. And I'm going to first draw a rectangle, okay? Nothing too tricky. And then I'm going to come in here and it's just like a swirl. Okay, so there's the screw, and then you can put a little handle on the top for spinning it around. Okay, and when you go to color, you could even have some water down here and show it starting to go up and up and up. Okay, so there's our screw, and I'm just gonna write the screw, because that screw moves water. So I think that's one of his coolest inventions. Okay, let's see, another one. I really love what he did with spirals because I thought that was so cool that you could spin a circular thing, and if you start in the middle and draw a straight line out, you'll get a spiral. So I'm just going to put a spiral here on this one. Okay. I'm going to write spiral. And remember, he loved studying spirals. He didn't just draw them. He was using them to figure things out, figure out distances, all kinds of stuff. So there's my spiral. Okay, another thing I really loved was when I was in that museum and those parabolas could make sound travel at a whisper, okay? So to draw parabolas, this is going to be kind of silly. It's just like doing a D and a backwards D like this. Okay, and then I'm just going to put a little line with a dot sticking out from both of them. Okay, and then I'm just going to draw sound traveling. So I'm just going to draw some little lines going back and forth. A little arrow on them. And we're going to write parabola, okay? So those are the parabolas that carried sound. And we get to do 2 more. Now, if you have other things you liked that I talked about, that's fabulous. That means you were being a good listener and you have things you want to put on there, go for it, okay? One more that I want to put on there is his war claw, because it was so cool. So I'm actually going to have a little ship getting tipped over. So here's my water. Okay, so I've got my little ship on the water, and I'm going to have this claw coming down. So it's kind of just like a big old fork that would stab into the wood and grab it and then tip it. Okay, and we'll strike claw. And then the other big thing he did, which we'll do in math, is all about shapes. So I'm going to show you, it's a little tricky here, but here's my sphere and here's my cylinder. And he found that if a sphere and a cylinder had the same circumference, that means distance around, this would fit inside and it would be about 2/3 the volume. Okay, make sure I told you that right. Yeah. So He loved this picture, so I'm going to show you how to draw it. It's really cool, okay? We're going to start by drawing a little cylinder, and watch how I draw a cylinder. I draw an oval or an ellipse right there, and then I'm going to go 2 straight lines down, okay? And then I'm going to draw another oval at the bottom. And now we have a little cylinder. And then we're just going to stick a sphere inside that. So that just means a circle, okay? So there's my sphere stuck inside my cylinder, and I'm just gonna write shapes because he loved everything with shapes, okay? So there's my Archimedes crown. Now, you can decorate this beautifully. I also have all this empty space, so maybe you wanna go back and draw the head or the whole statue of Archimedes. I'm just gonna draw his head because I'm not gonna take your time watching me draw, okay? So I've got his head here. I'm gonna get him all this curly hair up here. Okay. And then, checking it out, we'll get his eyes. Remember, you can do fancy eyes if you want, or cartoony eyes. It's up to you. Okay, I've got his eyes. I'm gonna give him his nose. And we gotta get him. He also had a curly beard, it looks like. Looks like he's kind of smiling. Maybe he's pleased with what he's discovered. All right, there is my head of Archimedes. So now I have many of his discoveries, his inventions, and him, and I can go ahead and color. All right, that is your literacy project for right now. I will see you back here for math.